implementation session of Recreation Department. Today we'll be talking about answering incoming calls, especially for the person who is going to be at that point to take calls and attend to guests and even inquiries. Now, that does not exempt those of you who may not access the phone call, because the phone may ring and you're the closest person to pick the call. You should also know what the policy says about that. Now, to answer telephone calls within 3 rings and handle them in a business-like yet with a hospitality professional manner, displaying efficiency and understanding in addressing the caller's needs. Please, when you take official phone calls, don't answer as though you are talking to somebody in the house. You are representing an organization, you're representing a brand. You're not expected to talk, oh, hello, how are you? Oh, okay, yes, this is the room. Yes, this is recreation, this is the gym. No, you have to be audible, you have to be clear, you have to be professional, you have to greet. Sometimes what you can even do is, if you're seated casually and the phone rings, you sit upright to take that call, because the tone is going to be perceived on the other side. So this is very important. You will not know when you will receive. This intercom must be provided, because we will start calling, we will start testing, and sometimes anybody can be assigned to stand near the phone so that you will take the calls. Let's hear how you will respond. There's going to be a script made available, right? So a script to be provided on how to take calls and answer inquiries. Now, a guest's initial impression of the service residencies will depend on the manner in which telephone calls are handled by each department. Calls should be answered in a clear and pleasant tone of voice with a smile. When you pick up the call, please smile. As a Crispan employee, you must acquire basic telephone answering techniques. These techniques are the tools that you can use to provide better service to our guests, both internal and external, and to create goodwill. Now, the procedures. Answer the call within how many rings? 3 rings. Apologize to the guest for any undue delays. Let's assume that the phone rang 1, 2, 3 and it cuts and it starts ringing again. When you pick up the call, you should apologize for missing and for even the delay. Speak distinctly into the telephone. Do not speak loudly. Do not be loud that people are hearing what you are saying from outside, but you should be loud enough for the person to hear you clearly, and not have to say speak up. If you pick up the calls, when you talk with people and they keep telling you speak up, then know that you have a very poor phone etiquette. But when you talk, remember that you are speaking with somebody who needs that information to make a decision. So be clear. Greet the guest pleasantly. Put a smile in your voice. If you don't know what the time is, please quickly look at your phone, look at anything to know what the time is. There are times you will call and you hear, hello, good. The person is trying to know if it's good morning or afternoon, which is very poor. You should be alert at every point in time. All you need to do is to quickly look at your phone. It's afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Do you understand? So with a smile on your face, because anybody who takes the call, you are attending to a guest, and your main focus should be to treat that guest very well, to market a product, to market a sell, any service that you have. If you're answering external calls, if the call is coming from outside, just that I'm not sure you people are going to take calls from outside, but you should identify the property for the caller. Good morning, Crispan Suits. This is Nancy speaking. How may I help you? So the person knows that they have called Crispan. But if the person is already in Crispan in a room and calling you, there is no need to say this is Crispan, right? So that is how to differentiate external and internal calls. The internal calls identify who is answering the call. Front office, Mercy speaking, how may I help you? All right, politely. Front office, Michelle speaking, how may I help you? If the person is coming from outside, good morning, Crispan Suits, this is Michelle, how may I help you? So somebody from outside, you need to identify the property and your department. If the call is the internal call, all you need to do is to say your name, and ask for how you can help the person. So that is all about phone etiquette. It's simple, it's straightforward, but this can tell how professional we can be when it has to do with delivering our service. Do you have any question concerning this policy? Now, the next policy is the policy about putting a caller on hold. Putting a caller on hold. You're speaking with somebody and you need to get further information. You need to make another inquiry and get back to the person. How do you do that? Do you just hang up? What do you do? How do you achieve putting a caller on hold, a guest on hold, to pass a message across? Now, the purpose is to attend to telephone call quickly and handle them with business-like efficiency. When extensions are busy, some callers prefer to hold the line. Be sure you establish the call's priority and put the call on hold as a last resort. The caller may have a question that you can answer yourself, or the caller may prefer to leave a message. Establishing the priority of a call in this case always helps to keep switchboard clear so that you can give better service to all calls. Staff of Crispan should avoid making personal calls or ask for internal transfers of calls. This is to free the telephone operator so that full level service can be given to guest calls and business calls. Staff should dial directly themselves. Now let me explain this. We have intercom, we have telephone for you. You can call front office, you can call. Then there is really no need for you to call front office. Just because you want to check up on your friend who is in front office, you now call. I want to know if patients, is this patients come? Patients, let us see you. Patients, when you finish work, I would like us to meet. Do you understand? You're wasting the time of the front office staff as well as an opportunity for a guest to make use of it. So as much as possible, only use the intercom for official purposes, as much as it lies within your power, because very soon we may end up putting those kind of intercoms that we can record the calls. And when we discover abuse of these, we will call people to order. So as much as possible, use it for official purposes. That is number one. Use the telecom phone for official reasons. Nothing personal, nothing unofficial. Number two is, as a staff of Crispan, you are expected to know all the services available in Crispan. You are expected to know. You are a staff, right? How many rooms do we have here?
100.
100, and you see? For how long have you worked here?
8 months.
8 months. I'll pass. What about you? How many months?
Probably getting to a year.
Getting to a year. How many rooms do we have in Crispan? No idea. What about you? How long have you worked here?
6 months.
Let's go back and read that part so that you will see it. The caller may have a question that you can answer yourself, or the caller may prefer to leave a message. So number one is that use your phones for official calls. Then number two is, as a staff of Crispan, you are expected to know at least the basic services provided in Crispan, so that even if the person had called by mistake, the person should at least get some information from you that they have called. They've called the recreation department and you say, oh, I don't know anything about the swimming pool. Oh, I don't have their rates. How much is full body massage? You. Mr. Simon, you're welcome. Mr. Joseph, how much is it to register at the gym?
It's 15,000 a month.
Okay. And daily?
Daily is 2,000.
Okay.
For adults.
Whether child.
Adults. 2,000 for adults,
That's
1,000 for kids.
That is for gym. I'm talking about gym.
Okay.
I'm talking about gym. Sorry, what's your name, young man? What's your name again? No, you. Adams. Okay, I'll try and remember. So Adams, how about swimming pool? How much is it to register? 2,000 naira for a week? Daily. How about a week? You have no idea. You are in the swimming pool, right?
Yes.
You're in the swimming pool section. Okay. So how much is monthly registration at the gym?
It's 15,000.
It's 15,000. Okay. Fair enough. So you see, you are all supposed to know every single thing about that department at least. everything, full body massage, you're supposed to know. It is 18,000 naira. However, I will call the department and I will give you more accurate information. It is 18,000. Full body massage is this. Okay, to register, okay, no longer person, maybe the person even called you and was making inquiries about swimming pool, and person now changed. Okay, no, it's not even swimming pool. I was talking about gym. And I said, I don't know anything about the gym. Do you understand? So you should know. Mr. Yemi, I hope you know you are supposed to enforce that. Internally now, you should be the one to enforce, to see that everybody in recreation should know everything about recreation. Everybody. You should know at least. You give the person small information and say, okay, don't worry, I will link you up with somebody in the sales department. So, I have said that we should use our telephone for what? For official purposes. The number 2 is that we should know what? The basic services provided. All right? Now, the procedures for putting a caller on hold: inform the caller that the line is busy. Ask if you can take a message or if the caller would like to be put on hold. Don't even put somebody on hold. Or sometimes you may be talking to somebody on the phone and someone else or something is calling your attention. Then you will not, you're talking to somebody. Okay, yeah, this is situation, but okay, you don't bring them. Have you brought it in? Okay, yes. Yeah, that is very, very wrong. Even if something is calling for your immediate attention, kindly tell the person. Do you understand? Just a moment, ma, please. Let me talk. Let me attend to something. Just a moment, please. Let me quickly do this. Just a moment, please. Do you understand? Don't show that you are distracted. Show that person priority attention. Mr. Lin, thank you for waiting, but the line is busy. Would you like to leave a message or would you prefer to wait? All right, let's proceed. When the call is for a department in the hotel rather than a guest, provide the caller with the information requested where possible. It may be a simple question. What hours do the restaurant serve lunch? You see, it might just be a simple question that you can even answer. Rather than say, it's not my department, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. What time do they serve lunch? Okay, what time do they even serve complimentary breakfast? Adams, do you know? Well, you work in a hotel. Samuel, do you know the time complimentary breakfast is served? 9. What about you? You? You don't know. You, let me pity you that you are just 8 months. So you see, simple question. And maybe it's even an in-house guest who has come to use the gym, right? The in-house guest has come, but the person doesn't know, and the person is exercising, and they say, oh, Adams, yeah, what time do people serve breakfast here? You say, I don't know. It's not my department. Do you understand? He said, yes, complimentary breakfast is usually served between 6 and 10. Do you understand? It shows unity. It shows oneness. Mr. Joseph, if you feel like sleeping, I suggest you stand up. So it might just be a simple question that you can answer. What hours do the restaurant serve lunch? When is complimentary breakfast served? Even if you don't know, ask questions. Ask. Answer the ones you can answer, or tell the person that for further details, you should even know, do you know the numbers of other extensions? Do you know them? Do you know that front office is 100? Do you know what restaurant is? Do you know you should know them? So you might take notes, yes, because those are things that you should help them know, so that when they are even answering, they say, okay, please call this extension, call this number for accurate information. When placing a caller on hold, always check back with the caller every 20 to 30 seconds until the call can be connected. Mr. Lin, thank you for waiting, but the line is still busy. I'll transfer your call as soon as the line is available. Now, this may not be available here for us to transfer calls from one intercom to another. So what will work for us here in Crispan is, number 1, we should know the basic things, have answers. All right, we should have answers to them, then know the extensions. If the person is asking you questions that has to do with front office and you don't have all the information, you should be able to give the person the number. So there should be a list, a directory list, a phone directory, yes, that you can give to them, so that you can quickly say, please call, this question you're answering can be answered by a staff in the front office. Please call this number. Do you understand? So transfer the ones that you cannot answer, then try and answer as much as you can. That will be all. Thank you. to ensure accurate recording of guest messages and prompt delivery of the message as well. It is the responsibility of the hotel employees to accept messages for guests. You must handle guest messages with care and ensure delivery in a timely manner. Now, this could be a message from a gym user or somebody using the swimming pool, and they want to drop a message for the manager, for anybody, for someone in the sales department. Just attend to them professionally. All right? Now, never accept a message directed only to a room number. Always ask for the guest name to ensure correct channel of the message delivery. Sometimes you have to be very careful. This might be somebody trying to get information about an in-house guest, and the person comes to the gym and tells you, I want to leave a message for so and so. And you just collect the message and tell the person, okay, is it Mr. Joseph? Mr. Joseph, you mean Mr. Joseph who is in room 202? You have given the person the information he or she needs. Is that not so? So you have to be very tactical. If somebody wants to leave a message for another guest, or somebody wants to leave a message for a manager or anything, be sure that the person knows the name of the person and knows the room number. All right? Then if somebody now tells you, you usually have lists, names of people who are entitled to use the gym, right? Yeah. In-house guests who are entitled, and even their room number. And the person says, okay, I want to leave a message for Mr. Adejo. Mr. Adejo is in room 101. Are you sure? Yes, in 101. And then you quickly look and see that Mr. Adejo is not even in room 101. He's in another room. That should also serve as a signal for you to be careful. Don't come and remove your list and show the person, okay, let us look for the name. No, he's not in 101. He's in room 20. It shows security breach. You need to protect that information as much as possible. Nobody should have access to it. You need to be very careful. Don't be an accomplice, because you might just be careless. You don't know where it will end you in. Do you understand? Carelessness, you don't know where it will take you to. So you have to protect that information. Room so like, okay, are you sure about the room number? That is what you insist. If the person clearly says that he's sure, say, okay, take down the message, relate it with the manager, let him be in best position to advise whether you transfer that information or not. So just be careful, be tactical. Always check to be sure that the message is for the right person. Okay? And if the person is no longer there, politely tell the person that, no, this person is not our in-house guest. Do you understand? This person is not our guest and I cannot relay this message. Or the person wants to leave a message for the manager, you say, just put it in writing, I will communicate. Once you're giving a message, don't go directly to the person to give the message. Always give it to the manager to communicate. Then guests with reservations. Okay, yes, for this one now, I think this has a lot to do with those in front office. For you, just be careful with taking messages from people for another person. Be professional, be tactical, be very careful. Okay, so what we are saying now is that always check. If you have a reservation or you have a list and somebody wants to leave a message for somebody around, don't confirm the message, don't confirm the guest, don't confirm the room number. Ask the person. If that person is very sure, ask the person to be specific. Then you can now communicate and relate the message. All right, so and if after 3 days you're not able to communicate, you can't get in touch with the person who has the message, please discard. If it's a written note, tear it and throw away. Don't keep it. It might be something important, just discard. Destroy the message after 3 days. All right, so that will be all for taking message. Terminating a guest call. So when Esther, when someone calls you, let's say I call you now, we're talking about terminating a guest call as the 5th policy in recreation department. So I have called you now to make an inquiry and I am done talking. What will you do?
Thank you for calling the recreation department.
All right.
I wish you have a nice day. Please not stay ahead.
Very good. That is good. Then will you drop the call?
No, I'll allow the caller to drop first.
Very good. Very good. Please clap for Esther. At least somebody has impressed me today. So you allow the person. So let's talk about this policy again, just in case you don't know. And you should even apply it personally. When somebody calls you, allow the person to end the call. Now, to be able to terminate the call graciously and politely at the end of a call, terminating a guest call is just as important as answering the call. You should always leave the caller with a favorable impression of the service residencies. Now, you may have done, thank you for calling Crispan Suits and Event Center. Esther speaking, how may I help you? You have done all of that. Then you will now ruin it with the way you end the call. The person has been talking, you just end the call without anything. So you see, how you answer the call is important, and how the call is terminated is equally important. So avoid abrupt endings. Always be polite and businesslike. Just the way we have scripts for answering, we should also have scripts for terminating. Would that be all? Do you understand? Would that be all? Thank you for calling. All right, would that be all for now? Thank you for calling. We should have a script for that. So terminate outside calls using an appropriate phrase such as, thank you for calling Crispan Suits. Thank you for calling the recreation department. All right, always end your call properly. Terminate internal calls using an appropriate phrase such as, thank you for calling, have a nice day. Always wait for the guest to hang up first prior to terminating the call. Do you understand? Thank you for calling, have a nice day. And the person drops the call. That is when you will drop your own. Don't end the call while the guest or the caller is still holding his or her own phone. Don't. That is poor. That is wrong. So I think that is all, but this is clear, right? That you should thank the person for calling. Thank you for calling. If it's an external call, thank you for calling Crispan Suits and Event Center. Have a nice day. Or thank you for calling. Would that be all for now? Do you understand? Then let the person end the call before you drop your own. All right. Thank you. That is all for the question.